Hi, so I'm back in the Waitawheta Valley and I'm heading back up the Waitawheta Track. The plan is we'll turn off, we'll go up to Daly's clearing hut, we'll go past the hut onto the Mangakino Pack Track. From there we'll head all the way down to the Mangakino Shelter. No idea how long that'll take or the state of the track. Once we're there we'll decide what we're going to do from there. But I think the plan will be to head up onto the north-south track and then take the Waipapa Track back down to the Waitawheta Hut and probably look for a tent site. Well, not next to the hut. The hut will be full this time of the year, but we'll carry on maybe at the old hut site or something like that. So that's the plan. If you like the idea, please join me. Come on, let's go. So we're on Daly's clearing track. It's just a steady climb now till we get to the hut. I don't know, 30-40 minutes. So not that bad and not too steep a climb either. So behind me you can see Daly's clearing hut, named after a couple of Daly gum diggers. Now I've been here before and I'll link the video to my last trip in the description down below. It'll give you a tour of the inside of the hut and basically show the route in and out. So I'm just stopping here for a quick drink and then we're heading off through the Mangakino Pack Track down to the Mangakino Shelter. You know, I love a good backcountry dunny. Well, there's Daly's hut dunny. Nice composting toilet, clean, tidy, no smells, no flies, no nothing. So very nice toilet actually. Well, that's Daly's clearing hut. There's nobody here. I find that really hard to believe. The Waitawheta Hut is booked out for the next 3 nights solid. It's a holiday long weekend and there's no one here. Don't understand it myself, but anyway, let's carry on. Just entered into the bush proper and it's a very thick tree canopy. It was beautiful sunshine back at the hut. I'm about 5 minutes away from the hut now and it's really dark. No sunshine penetrating through the canopy and And yeah, it's quite eerie. There's a good solid wind blowing over the top of the canopy, but not much down here. So yeah, very different to what it was 5 minutes ago. Well, there we are. According to that sign, we're going down that way, obviously. And we're only, what does it say? 3 hours away from the shelter. Which doesn't sound like very far, does it? It's probably about 5 or 6k, I guess. But I've never been down this track before. I don't know what state it's in. I've heard some horror stories about it. With tree falls and blockages and slips and everything else, and I've heard other people say it's no problem. So I guess we'll soon find out. Yeah, hope I'm okay. We'll be fine, we'll be fine. Let's go. That's another huge beast. Well, so far so good on the Mangakino Pack Track. I don't know what all the fuss is about. It's a lovely track. It's a little bit steep in places, and I would imagine if it was raining it would be a bit slippery, but no, it's a well kept, well groomed, well marked track. I've had no problems at all. So in saying that, I'll probably have problems on the last bit, but I think I'm about halfway along it. Another maybe hour to go, maybe, to the shelter. So we'll just stop for a drink and a bite to eat and a bit of a rest. Nice little sunny spot here. Be nice. When you're walking in the middle of the bush, it's always good to get a sign that you're on the right track. Well, there it is behind me, Mangakino Shelter, and that's really all it is. Just a few posts holding up a roof and a table. Somebody put some firewood down there, and I guess you could maybe have a fire, but you'd be pretty brave, I guess, to do that. There's a flat patch just before the shelter where it looks like I'm going to set up my tent. So if there's any rain or anything, I can bail into the tent. I'll bail rather underneath the shelter, but otherwise I'll stay in the tent. Wow, this looks like a good spot. Somebody's even cleared the debris away there, so I think that looks like where I'm going to pitch my tent. I just need to work out which way the wind's blowing. so I can put the back to the wind, so the wind just goes straight over the tent. But I don't think there's going to be much breeze. It's just coming down the valley really. It looks fairly clear, although you can't tell underneath this tree canopy. Yeah, we should be fine. So I think we'll pitch the tent there and have something to eat probably. So there we are, we're all set up just over there. It's a nice little clearing here, nice and smooth in the ground, just a bit of leaf flitter, and that's all. So should be a nice night. Wind's tending to blow over the top, so we're not getting too much down at this level. Probably just enough to keep the condensation in the tent down actually. So really quite good. So there we are, all ready to go, and pretty comfy I think too. So as usual, I got myself a backcountry meal. This one's cottage pie, so you've got separate mashed potato, goes on top of the cottage pie, and this is delicious. If this isn't one of the best ones they do, well, I don't know what is, but this is great. Get chunks of everything, mashed potatoes, whoa. Oh, just great. I'm loving it. The only issue of course is mashed potatoes bloody hot. Well, that's the day. We've come from Franklin Road via Daly's Clearing Hut, and we've come along the Mangakino Pack Track, and now I'm camping at the Mangakino Shelter. See you in the morning. Oh well, good morning. It was a nice night. The wind was howling most of the night and the trees were shaking and everything else, but it was pretty nice in my little secluded spot underneath the trees here. We were all good, so we're about to head off shortly. I'm going to have to stop and get some water, and we're going to head up onto the north-south ridge and have a look at what's up there. Looks like cloud appears to be burning off. There's a bit of blue sky that I can see. It's only early at the moment, so cup of Earl Grey tea, and we'll be on our way, I guess. So there it is, another backcountry dunny. You know me, I like my backcountry dunnies. This is a traditional long drop. We're here at the Mangakino Shelter, and nice and clean, nice looking backcountry dunny. So we're at the turn-off now to the Wairongamai saddle, which is where we're going. Hopefully we'll pick up the Waipapa Track up there, and then once we do that, it's going to be straight down to the Waitawheta Hut. But it's a lovely track. I don't know why the poor Mangakino Pack Track's got some bad rep. There's a couple of windfalls, sure, and there's a little bit of scrambling, but generally speaking, the track's in really good nick. So recommend it to anybody. It is a pack track. You can tell it's been paved in a few places with the rocks that they used to use, and it's been cut out of the side of the hill in a few other places, but generally speaking, really nice track. So we're going to head off now, carry on climbing. I'm not sure how much higher we're going to get, but we're going to carry on climbing until we get up to the north-south track junction. Well, you can see from the sign behind me, I've just come up there. That's the Mangakino Pack Track. Down the bottom there was the Mangakino Shelter. It's basically a steady climb all the way. It's a nice track, nothing wrong with it. A few windfalls, a couple of things to negotiate, but yeah, nothing too bad at all. And this is the Waipapa Track that I'm on now, and this will take me straight down to the Waitawheta Hut. And we're going to have a look around up here, see if we can find a spot with some views and things like that. Looks like it's turning into a really nice day, and well, let's just see how we get on, shall we? So it's an interesting trail that I'm on at the moment. We're right up at the ridge line, and you can see through the trees and you get tantalizing glimpses of a wonderful view, but the trees and the growth is just a little bit too high, so you can't get a good look at anything. But yeah, it's a beautiful walk, I have to say. That's why Waipapa Track is a real gem. It's a pretty impressive slip if ever I've seen one, isn't it? Man, you wouldn't want to have been in the way when this thing came down, that's for sure. But of course the beauty is I can now get a good view out onto the Hauraki Plains. Marvellous. So check that out behind me. Mount Te Arawa. TV mast on the top there, etc. Wonder if I'm going to get cell phone reception. Probably should try, shouldn't I? Yeah, no. check out those trees, those behind me there. You see the shape of them, see the way the wind is blowing them. Man, that's some prevailing wind to do that. It's a bit breezy up here today, but thankfully not that much. That's pretty impressive wind though, isn't it? So that's the Waitawheta Hut behind me. It's pretty full tonight, so I'm going to be staying just down the way in my tent. If you want to have a look at the inside of the Waitawheta Hut and see the walk in and out, have a look at one of my previous videos. I will link it in the description below. So there we are, we're all set up for the night. That's me hiding in there. The hut's pretty full, so and I didn't book anything, so I'll be in the tent for tonight. Pretty similar to the place we were last night. Difference is I haven't got trees dropping branches on me like they did last night, so I think we'll be okay. But yeah, there we go. I think it'll be quite nice. Weather looks pretty good, no chance of rain or anything else, so yeah, we'll be all good in there, I think. Nice and cozy. Well, that's it, I think. It's getting dark outside now, so time to turn in, and we'll see you all in the morning. Good morning, I'm on the Waitawheta Track and I'm heading out now. There's plenty of footage of the track, so I'm not going to show you any here. If you want to have a look at some, check out one of the other videos on my channel. But if you also want to have a look at a trip that I did to Wairere Falls, check out that video up there. I'll see you over there. Thanks for watching.